Hello then, I hope you are doing well. This is a quick guide on how to complete the PsiOps Battlegrounds Cosmodrome Nightfall on Grandmaster difficulty. I will first show you our loadouts followed by the strategies. Timestamps are in the description below. This Grandmaster contains barriers and unstops. All three shield types are present within the GM and the threat is void. At the time of the recording, the surges were stasis and solar. This could be different for you depending if you do the GM on the week it comes out or later on for your Conqueror title. So always double check what surges are, match your subclasses and weapons to them. Moving on to loadouts, we had a Warlock running well for survivability combined with Phoenix Protocol to get super energy upon getting kills inside the well. The Hunter ran Mobius Quiver for clearing ads along with Armyakios for infinite invis grenades. The Titan ran Sentinel Shield for ad control combined with Ursa Furiosa Gauntlets to regain super energy and create orbs of power. For weapons, we had a Warlock running Wish Ender for barriers, as well as a hand cannon for stunning unstops and a machine gun for ad clear. The Titan ran Wish Ender for barriers and a blinding grenade launcher for ad control, along with a heavy linear for boss damage. The Hunter also ran Wish Ender for barriers, followed by a hand cannon for stunning unstops, as well as a machine gun for ad clear. Now to mods starting with the class item. Run any of the mods to help reduce your ability cooldowns when using different abilities, or run Powerful Extraction to collect nearby orbs. You could also run the mod's Proximity Ward and Healthy Finisher to get health back along with an overshield when performing a finisher. For leg armor, you can run mods to help with your ability regen when picking up orbs of power. You could also run Scavenging mods to pick up additional ammunition when picking up ammo bricks. For your chest armor, run a Concussive Dampen to help reduce incoming damage from grenades. Also run the Void Resist mod because incoming void damage is increased by 25%. For gauntlets, run any mods to boost your abilities or create orbs of power. Finally, for the helmet, I suggest you have a heavy ammo finder mod on along some Ashes to Acid to get super back on grenade kills. These are the loadouts that we used. I have a copy of them or use them to make your own designs. You don't need the same loadouts, subclasses or characters that we have to complete this GM. With that out of the way, let's get straight into it. Once you spawn in, you will have to escort this weapon to the doorway. Around it will be some ads and a barrier champ. Killing a few ads will bring in additional reinforcements, including a second barrier champion. Just stay near the back and snipe at all the ads around you. Now once you clear them, progress the weapon by standing within the radius of it. The ads will be continuously spawning in, so the quicker you deliver the weapon, the less ads you'll need to face. Once you get roughly into the middle of the area, more fallen ads will spawn in front of you, and 4 snipers will appear on either the left or the right side buildings. The best method for this is for 2 people to sit back and snipe the ads from afar whilst an invis hunter progresses the weapon. Make sure at least one person is focusing on the snipers because they will be continuously spawning in until the weapon is stopped by a brig. This will cause the snipers on either side to despawn from the buildings. Instead, more ads will begin spawning behind the brig, including more snipers, wretches and captains. At this point, fall back to the right side and use the walls and building for cover to safely dispose of a brig and the ads around it. From this position, the ads won't rush you, but they will hide amongst the pillars around the brig. This isn't the safest location, so chain your supers and use your heavy. There are heavy ammo boxes scattered throughout the GM for you to collect. When the brig dies, begin moving the weapon forward yet again. There will be more enemies, including a barrier champ that will spawn behind the dead brig. Same as before, the quicker you move the weapon, the less ads you'll face. The ad combinations will be exactly the same, except this time there will be explosive shanks amongst them. Again, have one invis hunter continue to move the weapon whilst the other 2 snipe from afar. Once the weapon reaches the corner, the ads will turn into hive and they will be spawning by the door. Make sure the weapon goes past the heavy box on the left and stops. From here, you will need to kill all the waves of enemies. Whatever you do, do not jump onto the building to your right. If you do, 2 knights and 3 wizards will spawn on top and they have infinite spawns. No matter how many you kill, they will be continuously spawning until you complete this part of your encounter, so do not jump onto that roof. Instead, just stay down here by the wall. At any point, if you get overwhelmed, you can retreat behind the left side wall. When the weapon stops, kill the thrall and any of the ads around them. When they are clear, the 2 shriekers at the back will open up and 2 unstopped champs will spawn in. A sentinel shield here is perfect for distracting the unstops whilst the other 2 stun them and kill the shriekers. You will need to get a little bit closer to the shriekers for them to open up. Once done, fall back and focus on eliminating the champs and the ads. If you stay at the back, most of the ads won't be able to hit you, so you can just snipe them from afar. Once they are clear, a light barrier wizard will spawn in along with 2 barrier champs and another unstopped champ. Ignore the wizard for now because it won't be able to hit you if you are all the way at the back. Instead, focus on the unstopped champ first. The barriers will spawn a few seconds apart and they will hang around the weapon at the back. They will unfortunately be able to bombard you from that location, so do your best to get rid of the unstop as quickly as possible to then focus on the barriers. At this point, the ads will be dead, so then you can kill the light barrier wizard and remember to kill the ghost so it won't respawn. Don't forget to pick up any heavy ammo boxes and ammo before you proceed forward. The next room is the worst place of a GM because of a close quarter combat. Nonetheless, the safest place will be standing within a doorway leading into the room. It will be difficult for all three of you to be here and you will be getting in each other's way a lot. It is safer than being inside though. Now, there are 3 waves of enemies to deal with here. For the first wave, start off by clearing the adds, which will consist of knights and acolytes. The vast majority of them will rotate within line of sight of a doorway, so be patient and snipe away. Wells and sentinel shields are perfect for this because you can chain them together to fuel each other's supers. When the adds are cleared, 2 Unstop champs will spawn in, one on the right and one on the back left. Focus on the closest and use the angle of a doorway to block out the other adds so they can focus on a few at a time. Amongst the adds will be a mini wizard called a Hive Purifier that will drop a mote on the ground. You will need to pick up 3 of them in total and bang them at the end of the encounter in the middle of the room to progress the area. Having an Invis Hunter here to go collect it is perfect, or what you can do is to keep the Hive Purifier alive till the end so it is easier to pick up the mote. This way you can also pick up any ammo around the room too before the next wave starts. On the second wave yet again you will have another 2 Unstop champs, more knights, acolytes and a wizard to kill. Just like before, you will need to stay within the doorway and focus on clearing the adds and unstops one at a time. Try to keep the wizard alive till last so it is easier to pick up a mote. For the third wave, it will contain more acolytes and knights. This time there will be some blistering wizards amongst them and 3 barrier champions that will spawn a little later after you cleared some of the adds. One of these barriers will contain a third and last mote, so try to keep it alive near the end. There is no easy way of doing this room other than staying within the doorway and taking your time with it. Remember that anyone can pick up the motes and anyone can bank because it is shared amongst the fire team. Up next you have a boss area. For this, the boss will need to be teleported into the arena, but first you need to damage it enough for Kaitel Science to spawn in and teleport it. Just stay near the back of the hallway and snipe the boss from afar. The boss, even in its super, will not be able to hit you from this distance. There are adds around the boss, but you can mostly ignore them. Eventually you will be teleported into the main boss room. Remember that if you have supers like Wells or Tethers, to use them before starting the encounter because it will give you a fresh one. For this there are a few options. You can sit here at spawn and snipe the adds. You will have grenades thrown at you that can one-shot you, and the boss will throw its shield during its super into this area too. It can bounce off the walls and kill you all. The other option is to sit up on the towers on the left and right sides where the PsiOps spears spawn. They aren't the best for cover, but you can also sit on the ledges around the middle of them. Just be careful to not walk off the map, and also you will be exposed from the attacks coming from the opposite side of the map. During the boss's super you can sit in the corners and wait it out, or simply sit invisible. It is up to you. Start off by clearing some adds around you, which will consist of acolytes and wizards. Now you want to damage that boss as soon as you can and take off that first section of a health bar, which will make it disappear for now. The longer it stays in the room, the more of its supers you will need to deal with. At this point, more adds will spawn in, including a projection of Seraphun and an Unstop champ in the middle. You can always use the sidewalls to mostly block out Seraphun's attacks, allowing you to focus on the adds in the middle and the Unstop champ. Kill the Unstop and then use the spear in the middle to damage the projection. You can also use the spears on the adds if you want. The best places to hang around will be the spawn and the 2 towers on either side, but again be careful of her attacks. Nova Bomb will send you off the map, and her barrage does a lot of splash damage. Killing her will spawn the boss back in with more adds, so again focus on the boss and damage it so that it disappears. This will result in a final Unstop champ spawning in the middle along with 2 projections and 2 PsiOps spears in the towers. Focus on taking that Unstop out first and then thinning out some adds. Then concentrate on taking out one of the projections together. The easiest will be on the left side because there isn't much cover, so the target is out in the open. This way you can then quite literally just sit in the tower and bombard the other one from the opposite side. Killing both projections will spawn the boss in for the final time. From here just kill the boss by either using the spawn or the towers for cover. Whichever location you choose, you will need to watch out for grenades and shield attacks. Don't forget that you will need to finish off a ghost after you kill the boss. And there you have it, that is how you complete the PsiOps Battlegrounds at Cosmodrome Nightfall on Grandmaster difficulty. If you have found the guide to be helpful, then please like, share and post a comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more Destiny 2 guides. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.